Hi everybody, welcome back to Rabbi Aharon Attitude Adjustment. Sorry I missed you last week, a little bit of a mix-up. I hope to make up for it today and next week. So tonight we're going to discuss how to keep your eyes on the prize. It sounds pretty easy, doesn't it? You know what you want, keep your eye on it, you get it. However, the problem is sometimes we look in the wrong places. And if we look in the wrong places, we're not likely to find it. There's an old story about a policeman who's walking down the street one night and he sees a man crawling around on his hands and knees, and he says to him, "Did you lose something or something down there?" And the man says, "Yeah, as a matter of fact, I lost my watch." The policeman, being a nice guy, says, "Well, let me get down there and see if I can help you find it." So he gets down on his hands and knees. And the two of them are crawling around 20 minutes, 30 minutes, crawling around on their hands and knees. And finally the policeman says to the man, "Are you sure you lost it here?" And the man says, "Oh no, I lost it 2 blocks down." The policeman, of course, is a little bit upset and says, "Then why the heck are you looking here?" And the man says, "Because the light is brighter down here." Now this is crazy, right? It's not there. You know it's not there. Why would you waste your time looking there? And yet we do this all the time. We wake up in the morning and we say, "Modani, thank you for bringing my soul back to me. My soul, it's a part of you, Hashem." Every night when we go to sleep, our soul goes to Shemayim to recharge, back to the mothership, so to speak, to get its recharge, to come back down so it can get through another day. That's why when you don't get sleep, you feel so exhausted, because the thing inside of you that makes you alive, that makes you vital, your soul, is exhausted. It needs to leave. It needs to recharge, and it needs to come back. Bezrat Hashem, it comes back. So, it comes back to you and you are recharged. You get up in the morning, you say Modani, you take care of your bodily functions, and from the moment you're awake until the moment you're asleep, our little friend, the Youre Recharged, goes tip, 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 tip in your ear. And he's going, "What's the matter with you? Don't you know you should have a better house? Your friend has a better house. You should have a nicer car. Your friend has a better car. He has a Corvette. What do you got, a Ford Focus? This is ridiculous. Why don't you get something nice for your house? Get your wife a nice big TV for her house. Get her a 45-inch TV, something really big where she can see it. Like you should have a TV at all." And on and on. And you're not any good. You didn't do anything right. Everything you do is wrong. He goes on like this all day long. It's an exhausting process. But as I've told you before, there's balance in the universe. On the other side, you have another voice. This is the one we talk about on the high holidays, that still small voice. The voice of Hashem, whispering in your ear very softly and saying, "My son, my daughter, I love you. I created a whole universe just for you. I want you to be happy. I want you to live a joyous, fulfilling life. That's why I gave you the mitzvot I gave you. That's why I gave you the things to do, the halachot, the laws. They're not to be a burden. They're to make your life better so you feel more loved, more joy, more fulfilled. That's why I do that." The problem is you can hardly hear this over here. Well, this guy's over here yelling at you about what you should be having. And that's the problem. The question is, how do we combat this? Well, this is a good question, and last week's Parsha actually gave us the answer to it. Last week's Parsha, if you remember, was Shoftim, judges. You should place judges and policemen at all of your gates. Judges and policemen at all of your gates that Hashem gave you. Except for there's a couple things wrong in the way it's said. First, and this was not me who decided this, this came from Rabbi Chaim Vital, who is the prime disciple of the Arizal, a prime Kabbalist in Tzfat during the 16th century. Very famous. He says, it's not written the right way for a reason, because we're supposed to take something more away from it. It says a lot as it is about guarding your gates, but it's not just the gates of the city it's talking about. You have 7 gates on your body. 2 here, 2 here, 2 here, and 1 here, through which things can enter your body. And why does it say shoftim v'shotrim? Shouldn't it be backwards? I mean, don't you have policemen before you have judges? I mean, in our world you do. Because it doesn't talk about policemen the way we think of them. In other words, in this particular case, shoftim, judges. You need a judge what you're experiencing. Can it enter any of these gates? Or is the answer no? And if it cannot enter, you need the shotrim, you need the police. You need to keep it out, because it'll only affect you adversely and takes you back over to the side of the guy who's trying to hawk his goods to you. Okay? So this is important to remember these things. Also, it says lecha, which is singular. Shoftim and shotrim, policemen and the judges are not appointed by one person. They're appointed by the Sanhedrin, which is 71 people. It would not say lecha, it would say lechem. So all these things lead us to believe this is a more personal thing. So using these things, we can keep out the thoughts, the yelling, the screaming, and we can get ourselves closer. This is the month of Elul. We want to get close to Hashem. Now is the time. It says the king is in the field. Let's get closer to him. Let's get our teshuvah out of the way. Let's go to Rosh Hashanah clean. And remember, we have to remember where we need to look for things. We don't look for them over here with the Yetzer Hara. We look for them over here with a Kadosh Baruch Hu, because that's what will give us a life of joy, of love, and life of fulfillment. Keep your eyes on the prize. Have a great week ahead. Have a good Shabbos. And I will look forward to talking to you next week. Be well, my friends. All the best.